bro, okay, bro. This might not be normal. I have 300 f***ing AD, bro. I have 300 AD. Okay, this champion might be broken. I think it's overstand.
League's new champion Zaheen has a multi-person hook, a knock-up, an AoE slow, a wall dash, a revive, and AD bonuses so high that some people are genuinely thinking Riot must have made a mistake here. Oh, and others are thinking that he might make a good support. I'm serious. Let's get into it. Alright, so let's first break down the abilities for League's 172nd champion, Zaheen, and then we'll talk about why some people are freaking out. In the lore, he's described as a fallen god that hunts fellow Darkin and who's locked in an eternal battle with a darkness that threatens to consume him. Something we can all relate to.
Before we get into today's story, I'd like to thank Cash App. Cash App isn't just changing the game when it comes to your personal finance, they're also sponsoring our newest season of The Story Of. With the Cash App card, you can design your own debit card, get exclusive discounts on everything from video games to coffee, and they don't bother you with anything annoying like monthly minimums or random fees. Cash App also makes sure that your money stays your money, with no fee overdraft coverage up to $200 if you direct deposit at least $300 in paychecks each month and spend with your Cash App card. The bottom line here is that Cash App's got your back. Download Cash App today using the link in the description and get started. Now, let's get back into the video.
Alright, so starting off with his Q, Darkened Glaive, which makes his next attack slash twice, applying on-hit effects and healing for a percentage of his max health. Recasting it within 4 seconds empowers his next attack with bonus damage and a knock-up. His W, Dreaded Return, thrusts his glaive into an enemy for damage and hooks them towards him. It can also hit multiple enemies. His E is Aureate Rush, which dashes him a short distance and spins his glaive, dealing damage to enemies and extra damage if they're at the edge of the strike. His ultimate, Grim Deliverance, sends him into the air and then slamming into the ground, dealing damage to all enemies in the area and giving him a stack of Determination for each enemy hit. Now, Determination is a stacking buff linked to his passive, Cultivation of War. Basic attacks and abilities against enemies give him stacks of Determination, up to 12 stacks. Each stack gives bonus AD, and at maximum stacks, the bonus is doubled. Also, the next time he would take lethal damage, he instead revives after a few seconds with a portion of his max health. If it looks like the old Aatrox passive, that's because, yeah, it's basically that. Some people have seen similarities with Xin Zhao. In fact, when Riot showed Zaheen to pro players, some of them immediately made that comparison.
그러니까 2대 때리고 한 번 더 쓰면 3타를 때리면은 신짜오처럼 뛴다.
큐는 뭐 똑같네.
신짜오 거랑 거의 비슷하네.
And this actually might be a design choice linked to Zaheen's lore. In Riot Season 3 cinematic trailer, we saw that Zaheen killed Xin in order to be reborn into the mortal realm, so maybe he absorbed some of his abilities. It would be pretty cool if the gameplay and lore kind of overlapped here. That video of Riot showing Zaheen to pro players at Worlds was also interesting because we got to hear their initial thoughts on the strength of this champion, and yeah, they had some thoughts.
Hello, is that balance?
He's not looking balanced.
부활 있나? 부활 있어?
부활 있다 그랬어, 부활.
또 부활이야.
Oh, yeah, he has a revive.
感觉好像无脑。Broken.
He looks pretty broken.
20 stacks is crazy.
一级就能复活，那为什么不把之前的英雄删掉？
And that's just the feedback that Riot allowed us to see. I do wonder if there were some stronger words left on the cutting room floor. Some of the content creators who have got to play Zaheen early have already got the sense that the AD bonus he gets from his passive could be a real problem. Drutut thought, quite understandably, that the almost 1000 AD he hit on the PBE must be a bug.
And there you go. That is the clickbait. Oh my god, pentakilos! I think this is just bugged. I don't think that's intended. I don't think Zaheen is intended to have f***ing Jhin amounts of AD. Bro, even Jhin with 6 items doesn't get that much.
There's also been this clip doing the rounds of content creator Huncho almost one-shotting a Nami.
Last charm. Am I scared of a tower? Tell me, am I scared of...
My guess is that a lot of the conversation and any immediate balance changes for this champion are going to be centered around his passive. That really feels like it's going to make or break the champion. Some of the clips and screenshots we've seen so far look like something straight out of a Vandrill video and not a serious champion that's about to enter competitive play within a month or two. But we also need to talk about his revive. A lot of players feel like having a self-revive on a 2-minute cooldown at max level is absolutely unhinged. But one player isn't so sure.
부활이 있으면 일단 캐릭터가 기본적으로 좀 약할 것 같은데.
And unsurprisingly, Faker might be right here. There is usually a trade-off when it comes to revives. It's not necessarily the case that champions with revives are inherently weaker, but they might have higher skill ceilings on the rest of their kit in order to compensate for it. In Froxon's patch notes, he acknowledged that revives have been hard to balance in the past, but that this was due to their on-demand nature, and that Zaheen having to fight for his will be probably deserved. I have heard a couple of people pointing out that Zaheen doesn't seem like he has the best wave clear, and some of his CC feels a bit clunky, and although his passive and revive do seem quite overloaded at the moment, it will require Zaheen players to play around them properly. So maybe it's not quite time to freak out just yet. Give it at least a few weeks. Now then, where will we see this champion being played? Well, the obvious place is top lane alongside similar fighters like Ambessa or Aatrox. I have also seen some people play him in the jungle successfully, which could work. He does have that Kane kind of vibe too. But what you might find disturbing is that some players are thinking he might be viable as a support due to his strong CC.
His W is a stab in a direction, then pulls him. Okay, so he does have CC. I don't know, guys. Kind of feeling like a support here. I think I might go for like a flash pull here. Oh my, they did not see that coming, boys. We ambushed them with some fat damage there.
Now, before you dismiss that as completely ridiculous, Froxon also said that Zaheen did start out in development as a support, but that they pivoted to top lane to allow him to better execute on his power fantasy. But maybe players have found those lingering traces of his original support design and think it's still viable. So will we see Zaheen as a support bruiser? I mean, it wouldn't be completely insane. Some people have said he's similar to a Panth support. Panth certainly wasn't designed as a support, but he sits at around a 3% pick rate in Emerald Plus. That's higher than the likes of Tom Ken, Renata, and Zyra. As you can tell from this video, there's still a lot of speculation surrounding Zaheen, from the mysterious developments in his lore to his viability in different roles, and about the fact that in some of these clips he looks like the devs added one too many zeros to his stats. This story is far from over. I think we're going to see quite a few tweaks over the coming month. But honestly, I think all of this makes him feel like an exciting champion release. Zaheen will go live on November 19th. Let me know what you think of him. I saw some people saying that because Zin got killed in the cinematic, that Riot might remove Zin for like a few weeks or something, like he's just dead, like you can't play him, because that actually happened. Old heads will remember when Gangplank died. Like Riot literally killed him, and then you just couldn't play him for a while. I'm not sure how long it was, but there was just like a little pop-up in the client that said Gangplank is dead.